Fairy, I choose you! Go, use tackle! No, tackle. Tackle! Don't... Alrighty, dudes and dudettes. Today we're going to be playing around with particle effects. Today I got for you a red fairy, a volcano flume, and a custom death animation for mobs. Let's jump right into it. Alright, first off, credit to LavaSlime for showing me this on-demand fill clock, which allows me to place redstone blocks on a 20Hz clock wherever I want, with spaces in between. Makes it very easy to go and debug and get symbol going. I'll show you how that works. So like any normal fill clock, you set the area you want to fill with the redstone block set to data value 0. However, you put the replace command to stone. This, coupled with the command underneath it, which does the opposite of replacing stone with redstone blocks and vice versa in the bottom one, redstone blocks with stone, allows you to go and put a fill clock wherever you want and have it where it's actually running as if it was a normal 20Hz clock. Ta-da! To start off, we're looking at the red fairy. Now behind me, I have a few red fairies flying around in a container. If you haven't already guessed it, it's just a bat with redstone particles flying around it. Extremely simple and only uses 2 commands. First off, you have your particle command. It takes redstone dust, puts it relative to the bat, with no extra directions. As the bat flies around, it leaves a trail. Minimum of just 1 particle. That's all you need. After that comes the actual invisibility effect. This is so that we don't actually see the bat flying around. You still hear it, but honestly I kind of think it sounds like a fairy. To put the invisibility effect on it, all you're doing is targeting the bat using the type bat, the ID of 14, which is invisibility, for an infinitive amount, with no extra amplifier, and let's turn off the particles too. Next up we have the Volcano Flume. To get the effective Volcano Flume going properly, we actually have to do a little trickery. Because the particles, even with the vertical Y set, they don't appear so solid. To do this, we actually have to go and surround them in barrier blocks. However, just having the LavaSlime, or magma cube, underneath there will be bouncing around and bobbing around, and we don't want him to move. So to do this, what we actually do is encase him underneath the lava with the barrier blocks. And it's very important to have a sign above his head so he doesn't swim. Here's the particle commands. We're simply just taking the particle of lava, placing it 3 blocks above the slime's head, inside of the barrier blocks, and rendering it out at 10 particles for every 20th of a second on the lava slime itself. This can be coupled with an invisibility effect. However, after a little experimenting, I found it wasn't necessary, as, well, you never really see the guy anyway. He's under the lava. He's so cute. Last up is my custom death animation. This one actually uses the scoreboard value you've been staring at for the past few minutes wondering why it's been up, and that's SwordUse. If I use a diamond sword on any zombie entity just by hitting them once, they disappear into nothingness with little animation. Now this can be coupled along with a killing usage or what have you, but it's just a fun little way of saying, ha, killed you. To do this effect, we're using the particle magicCrit and putting it directly on the zombie. However, to put it on the zombie, we actually have to do an execute to the person who just used their sword. This, coupled with the ability to teleport the zombie into the void a fraction of a second later, removes the death animation of him nodding off to the side. Just to finish it up and clean it up, we set the user who just used their sword back to 0, thus allowing them to immediately use this entire process 1 millisecond later. This is really just the tip of the iceberg of what you could do with the particle effects. In the description you'll find other videos that I have found while searching around of other people's particle effects and what you can do with that. Some of them are my buddies, some of them are just stuff I've found. One of my buddies, Blackens, actually probably referred you to this video because of that fairy effect you just saw at the beginning. Him and I have been working on a little map on the side and playing around with some different fairy effects. Definitely check out his video as well to see what he's done and how to actually make that redstone dust go Technicolor. Have a good day, guys. Bye.
Bye.